shoe on. Got a great workout today. Hey, Bob Eubanks. Good to see you, Bob. First one here, bright and early. Don't forget your water, because it's so important to have that water. Can you hear the wind outside? It's been crazy out here. It was howling all last night. I woke up at about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And if some of you go back and look at the Facebook, you'll see that I was writing things to people, answering questions. So, and then I fell back asleep again, got up and had a bunch of stuff to do. So I didn't even realize. I looked down and saw my time and it said 8:57. I thought it was like 7:45. So then I'm rushing, trying to get ready for this class. But luckily, I had planned it all last night. So that keeps it ready to go. I know exactly what I'm doing. Well, that's a matter of opinion, right? Knowing exactly what I'm doing. Bob, don't answer on that one, Bob, because I know you got a wisecrack coming there. Oh, it's so good to have water as well every day. So let's go back. Bob says, happy Tuesday, everyone. Thanks for saying happy Tuesday. It is. It's a great Tuesday. I want to just check the board is set up right. Got some specific exercises today to work on. Let me just move this over here a little bit. There you go. Make sure that when I stand on it, my head is still in place. We got a great workout today and a fantastic, I'm gonna put these on now because we're running a little late. You can tell I'm like flying all over the place this morning. So we had a great question the other day, which I'm going to address. And I really can't remember who said it. So if you're here, please let me know, because it was a great question. You said you have problems or worries getting off of an escalator or a moving sidewalk, like in the airports and stuff. So we're going to try and address that today, which will be, it's a fantastic question. I love when I have challenges for situations and things that are going on. Let's go back, say hi. Ginny, there you are. Always great to see you. Love seeing that here. Pat, great to see you as always. Miss Consistent. Non-stop, go. Debbie, great to see you here. Betsy, the professor is in the house. Barbara, we're going to get that cane put down, right? You're going to keep working on it. I saw your messages and it's great to see. I love the fact that I really begin to get to know. I've never even seen you guys, and I begin to know who you are and your passion and commitment and stuff. Hi, Rosa. Take care. I work so hard. I don't know if I work hard. I just go. It's and I appreciate all of you. So thanks so much. And I guess the apple didn't fall far from the tree. So I hope you're having a great day too. Hard work does always pay off. Good to see you, Pat. Thanks for the message. Bob Schrader, good to see you, Bob. And obviously Ben as well. Thanks for the hi the other day, Ben. Laura, great to see you. Thanks for being here. Debbie, it's good to have you back. We got some very simple exercises. Tuesday is terrific Tuesday. It's very slow going through different exercises. I'm looking at what we've got here. And I want to let you know next Tuesday, which I'm so excited to hear. And before I move on, Debbie, take care of that back. Again, think of posture, strengthen up the core, make sure you're in there and warm up really well. We're going to do a couple of stretches for the core actually today. I just found out I've been having a lot of upper back pain and trying to address what it is. And I found out that I got an intercostal strain or tear. That's the muscle in between the ribs and just slightly behind the ribs. And you don't really know it. All my pain was in my back, and I've been doing some self-evaluation and going through stuff. It's been about 2 to 3 weeks now, but I noticed that when I strengthen, make sure that my core, which is weird because it's an intercostal muscle, which is related to the abs. But as long as I keep my core strong, keep my posture strong, and do my little twists and stretches and just the little stretching through the back and through the core, and my hip flexors, my back pain does relieve and go away. So that's great to have. Just going back here, Betsy, you said hi. Thanks, Betsy. Present and ready, miss. Bob, did I get a haircut? Bob, I have to tell you, I always, I tell the truth. I realized what time it was. I ran upstairs, jumped in the shower, Noticed my hair was a mess everywhere. So I grabbed the clippers and literally at 8:54, I was clip, 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 because I just looked a real mess. Clip, clip, just around the edges. And I do have to get it cut because it's really long. But right now it's a little wet from the shower. And so it's kind of holding in place. By the end of class, I expect it to be out here. But thanks for noticing, Bob, and asking a question. So I have to tell the truth. When I have to tell the truth, you get to find out all the facts that are going on. Ildi, great to see you here. Thanks so much for being here. Always very positive and love the passion you bring. Vicky, you're here, Vicky. I'm sure you're going to be doing this later. So enjoy the class. And I was going to say, Angie, great to see you. I see Rosa again. Your name came back up. Angie, great to see you. Yes, so Vicky, adhesions. You were talking about the adhesion you got from your massage therapist, and thanks so much for reminding me. I've actually got it on here to do a stretch that will help with the lower adhesion that's under the rib or just beneath the rib cage in here. So we're actually going to start off with a stretch with that today. So excited. Linda, great to see you here. You're most welcome for the newsletter. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. Denise, don't even ask that question because I got it written down here, young lady, and it's something that we're going to work on as well, which was the piriformis muscle. So I can't even see what your question is. I just saw your name and I saw, never got a reply. It's always coming. And if I do forget, it's great to remind me. Linda O'Shields, are you Irish? Obviously, that's a very Irish last name. So again, I love Ireland. I was talking to a very dear friend of mine, a girl called Julie McManus. That doesn't sound Irish, does it? She lives in Bangor. She actually came to class the other day. I used to dance with her and we ended up having an hour's conversation on the phone. And love the Irish. Such great personalities and humor. I'm going to see what the rest of your messages in here, Denise. What exercise is good to stretch and relax the piriformis muscle, please and thank you. Oh, that's right. It was the piriformis that was in there. So I do have an exercise for you today in there as well. So very excited to do that. I'm not going to talk too much longer because I want to get on, but I do want to say a couple of things. I always want to say a couple of things. Next Tuesday, I'm going to be doing the Bob Eubanks 3-week workout. Now, the reason I want to do that is some people have said they love doing the workouts, they love doing the exercises, but after doing it a few times, the talk between myself and Bob becomes a little repetitive. I don't know why it's repetitive, except it's on a DVD and does the same thing every time. And they want us to get a more structured flow because they've been doing it for a week now or 2 weeks. And so I'm going to go through the exercises and put them on a Tuesday workout. So anyone doing the Bob Eubanks 3-week workout can just jump on the YouTube one and go through the exercises a little quicker with set repetitions and time to help move that. So that's next Tuesday is the Bob Eubanks 3-week workout. And again, from requests that are coming in, so that they got the initial workout slowly and then we can do it a little faster. Good morning, Eric. Hope everything's great over there in China. And Ken, great to see you as well. Thanks for being here. Now, my other message that I had for today is about caring for each other. As we go back into lockdown and we know California, LA County, my back, I got to sit upright. LA County, we have to make sure that we still care for each other because there's so much isolation. I spoke to a beautiful lady yesterday, Robin, out on the East Coast, who's really been isolated. And we talk about the mental stress, the mental dynamic that affects our body and our health and our shape. And it's so important with depression coming in. And that's why I love this group, because you're all such good, get up and let's go do it. But even during that energy, there's still moments where we become lonely or we become a little bit isolated and wonder about the future. Now, talking to a doctor, a very close doctor to me, talking about the depression and how one of the greatest risks we have is stress and fear. Fear brings stress, and stress will heighten fear. And it's one of the biggest things that takes down your immune system. So it's so important that when you begin to get those doubts, when you begin to get that fear coming in, when you begin to get that isolation, and worry, it's so important that you start looking forward. You don't look at where you are. You've overcome so much in your life. Everything's worked out. The fears that you had, the worry that you had, so many different situations. You've come through them, which is why you're here today. So never doubt that you have the power and ability to move through this challenging time and stay positive and reach out in this group. One of my favorite things that I enjoy in this group is when I see people sending messages or starting threads and the responses that come in, because it shows people care. And when you feel people care, you have hope for the future. And absolutely, you should have hope for the future, because it's going to be there. The future's coming. And then, well, I shouldn't say the future's always the future. When it comes, it's no longer the future. But help each other, support each other. If you have concerns, if you have worries, if you have isolation fears, send messages on this group, and people do reach back out. And I love it, because again, at the end of the day, we're all a big family. So with that being said, let's get on with this workout today. It's a very simple workout. It's not going to be dynamic, but it's going back to the basics. We're going to start off first with the 2 stretches that I want to start with. So the first one, we're going to work out, just make sure I said hi to everybody in here. Hello, 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 hello. If I have missed anybody, I've now said hello to everybody. So what we're doing in here today is we're going to be talking the first one for Vicky about adhesions. Adhesions, which is the tightness, it's a form of kind of like scar tissue that starts to build. And the only way to really remove that is to have stretching. So the first one I want you to do is just stand up and just rock the board side to side. There you go, just rocking side to side. And as you do, I'm going to lift the leg off of the ground that the board's lifting off. So we're replicating the move of the board. This is just, again, and it's such a small foot lift, it's just enough to feel the pressure on one leg and the other. And we're just rocking side to side. As the board touches the ground, so does the body stop rocking. There you go, good. Just nice and easy. Now, just lift the knees slightly as I go. Instead of the leg coming off, the knees just coming off. Again, we're just getting the body warmed up, nice and easy, nice and smooth, going through these exercises. There you go, good. Now, we're going to go on to the first stretch that I want to do for an adhesion that's lower down underneath the rib cage. Put your legs slightly further apart. Take your hand and slide it down your leg. Now, take your hand off and feel that balance. Now, take your arm up and take it over your head, and you'll begin to feel the stretch that's down here. Now, the most important part of this is your arm over your head, because if you put your arm down, you'll notice that you don't have as much of a stretch. So bring that arm over. Now, let's come up. Slide your arm down the side of the leg. Again, we want to stretch through this part here. Now, take your arm up and slide it over. And there you go, we're into here. Good. If you lean backwards, if you notice my shoulder was slightly forward, if you lean backwards, you'll have more of a stretch up the side, and you'll feel it here as well. As you lean forward, it's slightly more in the back. So if you lean slightly more back, and again, you can hold on if you need to, because the most important arm is the one over the top. Come back down again. We're going to go one more time. So bring the arm up, and now think of lifting. So we start with a stretch, and then you can roll that arm over. You can hold on here if you need to, or you can slide that arm down. And again, just work on rotating that shoulder back and forward. Notice as I rotate back, the pressure goes on your heels. So make sure you adjust those pressure points. Good. Let's go to the other side. Again, start by lifting up. So we stretch the side and then come over to here and work on rotating. Now let that arm drop or hold onto the pole. But again, let the top arm go. Now I'm going to show you one advanced way that takes me back to my dancing days. We're going to take the arm up, come across, and now take just small little beats. When I say beats, I'm not talking about in the boxing ring. Just small little beats where you have the extra little push, but be careful here. Don't do it too much. You don't want to over. It's just enough to feel the stretch, relax. Stretch, relax. Let's go to the other side. Lift it up, take it over, and stretch, 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 stretch. Good, and bring it back down. So what I want you to do now is just march out on the ground. The reason we're marching out, we've gone from a stretch, and you'll notice when you lift your legs up, we're actually shortening the muscle here. We're not stretching it, we're engaging it. So again, we're working the opposite from a stretch to now a contraction. Good, just getting this up and going. Now, the next one we're going to work on is the piriformis. Now, this is something that you may not, keep marching while I explain this, because you may not have the equipment here to do, and I'm going to show you what to do in here, Denise. So I'm going to take the red ball, keep marching, I'm going to take a chair, and I'm going to put the ball on the red ball on the chair, and just sit nice and easy on the chair, and just move around. You'll find that keep marching, I have to sound like a drill sergeant, right? Keep marching. You'll find that you can adjust the ball and put it on the part of the muscle in here and find the point and then press down on it and just let it relax. Relax, so don't think of trying to work it in, and then just move slowly around and around, and you can work on both sides, obviously, and that will help with any piriformis muscle that's in there that needs to be lightened, loosened up, because it's so tight in, you've got to have a point pressure going. Okay, stop. Go, stop, go, stop. No, I'm just joking. So you're like, of course you're joking, Dan, that can't be serious. So with that exercise, I hope that helped as well, Denise. And for anybody that's ending up getting tight piriformis muscles right inside the glute, you can get the red ball, put it on the chair, and just let it naturally press in, and then a little movement. Okay, it's workout time. Are you ready? Here we go, tapping behind number ones. Just going into here. Now, I have a couple of new friends. Well, I've known them for many years, but just got their 60 up balance board. There's 3 people I want to say hi to. And they may be on class today, but they'll definitely be joining. Just keep tapping behind one and one. Keep your eyes up once you've found that point, so we get repetition going on of the body and the brain going without having to look. Good, so first I want to say hi to is Jenny Bale, back in England. All 3 of them are in England. They finally got their 60 up balance boards. Jenny, look forward to you joining our classes once you've had your surgery and coming back. Okay, what I want you to do now is tap behind 2, 1, down. So we're making a little triangle. Are you ready? 2, 1, left foot. 2, 1, down. The next one I want to say hi to is Arlene Phillips. I know Arlene just messaged me. She received her board back in England as well. So I'm excited for Arlene to come and join classes and be involved here. And I look forward to seeing you hopefully early in 2021, Arlene. And the last one I want to say hi to, we're going to finish this exercise up. 2, 1. Now here we go. 1, 2, 3. So you're now going to go 1, 2, 3, change feet. 1, 2, 3, change feet. 1, 2, 3, change feet. Now, if you notice what we did in here, we had the feet tapping going straight forward. Then we had it where the feet were going out and back to the center. And now we've got it where they're going out, working their way all the way out. So the last person I'm going to say hi to is my father. He just received his first 60 up balance board as well. He finally got it, I think, last week. And he has been, I think he was in last class, but wasn't able to get on. So if you're there this morning, Dad, welcome to 60 up, and so happy to have you here as well. Last time each side, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Now, just shake those legs out. We're going to do a little combo in here. So we're going to be challenging the brain as well as challenging the feet. We're going to go 1, 1, then 2, 1 down, 2, 1 down, then 1, 2, 3 down, 1, 2, 3. So we're putting the 3 of them together, all just single repeaters. We're not going to do it twice as far as each one. So let's go slow to begin with. Are you ready? Tap 1 and 1. Now 2, 1 down, 2, 1 down, 2, 1 down. Now 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And again, 1 down, 1 down, 2, 1 down, 2, 1. Now 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, right, left. 1, 2, 3. And again, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, Now, 1, 2, 3. And notice how the board should not be touching the ground. This is it. One more time. 1, 1, 2, 1. Remember what it is. And 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Now, we're going to do it one time when I say go without me saying anything. See if you can, you've got this in your brain. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, great job. That must be the longest that I haven't spoken ever on a video. What I want you to do is just kick your heels up. We're just going to loosen those legs up a little bit, get those quads, and we're going to move on now to the next exercise. This next exercise is going to get us going pretty quick to get the heart rate up. What I want you to do is step up on 1 and 1 and just start walking. Those feet come up nice and easy. We're going to progress this. Boy, I can hear the wind outside. We're going to progress this to go a little bit faster. There you go. This is going to be a 2 because I want our heart rate to get up quickly today so that then we can get onto the main exercises. What we have today, we start after this one, we have foot strengthening, then we have toe strengthening, then we go into quad strengthening, then we're going to do stepping up and down stairs to build the strength of exercises that I haven't done before. Then we're going to go on to the stepping down as if we're stepping downstairs or stepping off of a sidewalk. And we're going to finish up with the escalator, figuring out how to work on going over an escalator. Good, we're 1 minute in. Now let's start going a little bit faster. There you go. Good, and working those feet just a little faster. Remember, after this one, we're going to get a drink of water. But if you're going a little too fast or your heart rate's up too much, or you feel like your heart rate is racing or you're getting tired, go slower or step off the board, grab your water and take a little bit of a rest and join back in. Good, we're going to start speeding this up a little bit faster now. Good, it's the effect of running without having the impact on the ground because you can touch that board as soft as you want through your feet and the safety of the poles to help you get going. Here we go. 20 seconds left. Can we speed it up? Good. I'm going to start going a little bit faster. You'll feel your heart rate, your body temperature going up. Looking fantastic. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just rock back side to side. We bring that heart rate back down a little bit before we step off of the board. Take your feet to 2 and 2. Just rock. I can feel my breathing is getting a little heavier. Bob, how's my hair looking this morning? Is it still hanging in there? I guess I've got to sweat a lot more so it stays wet before it dries out and goes into that like buffoon style. Good, and step back off of the board. Grab your water really quickly. While we're just grabbing water, Catherine, great to see you here. Thanks so much. I'm going back really quick while we're getting water. Thanks so much, Ken, Linda, about the idea. Denise, of course, thank you. Barbara, stress and fear talk is so true. I learned that from a very, very well-known and hugely respected doctor about the effect of fear and stress on your immune system. Larry, good to see you here this morning, young man. Jen, great to see you here always again. Edward, thanks so much for being here. Bob Eubanks, my health question for the day. Did you know that jelly beans have 7 calories? How many jelly beans did you have for breakfast this morning, Bob? Deborah, great to see you. Yes, you're late. How dare you? You're lucky that the principal's not in the house. Oh, hang on. The principal is in the house. Okay, really quick. Carol, great to see you here. Catherine, great to see you. Debbie, you love the red. I know you look much better in it than I do, for sure. Catherine, you're going to get your board later this week. That's awesome. Doug, great to see you. Charles, great to see you. Duresha, great to see you. You don't even have to put Duresha anymore. I know who you are. you hide behind Matthew's name. Okay, too much talk, let's get back. I want you to step on 1 and 1. And what I want you to do here is bend your knees and push your hips to the side as you go in here. So we're going into we're going into a motion that obviously is similar to skiing. Don't think of pushing your knees forward onto your feet. Think of going side to side, and your knees will go slightly forward. If you go too far forward with your knees, you're going to put stress on the knees. And what we're wanting to do here is work the hip. The knees will go slightly forward. But if you look down, you'll notice your knees don't really go more forward than your toes. If your knees are more forward than your toes, don't bend quite so deep. There you go, good. Now, we're going to go into here, where we're going to go into the foot strengthening in here. So put your feet to 2 and 2, rock side to side. Now, what I want you to do is go up on your toes and rock. Up on your toes and rock. So as you get to the point when the board touches the ground, go up on your toes. Now, what you'll notice here is how the little toe is working most on the side you're leaning, and it's the outside of the foot. So what we're doing is we're strengthening the outside of the foot, which is so important when you're changing direction. You've got to have the strength to either support your body weight or push back on your feet if you lean too much. So here we go. We're going to go about another 10 seconds of just doing this exercise. There you go, good. 3, 2, 1. Now come back to the center. Now what I want you to do now is very slowly bring your knees together and out while you're trying to balance. In and out and in. And what you'll notice is we're now putting pressure more on the big toe. As your knees come in, you'll feel the inside of your feet begin to work. And what we're doing here at the same time, and don't pull them too much. I don't want them touching, because we don't want to put pressure on the knee, but just that very slight motion of knee bend and begin to bring them together will bring the inside of the foot. But we're also now working on that proprioceptive connection of balance, that as we're changing our body, angle, we're also engaging on the body, being able to find that balance. Let's go 5 seconds, and last one. Good, and come back up. Now we're going to go again, just a little rock and lift. Rock and lift, rock and lift. Board's nice and safe on the ground. You've got those handles. Bend the knees up. We're going to go 10 seconds. Good, keep it rocking. Both feet are going up. Now think about the foot that's closest to the upside, and just feel that pressure on your big toe a little bit. On that big toe too. Good, and come back to the center. Good. Now just rock and lift those feet. Excellent. And again, always go at your own pace. Safety and comfort is always important. The number one thing is that you're doing it. It's not about how fast you do it, it's about how well you do it. Excellent. Now, what I want you to do now is bring your feet closer to 1 and 1. I want you to bend your knees slightly. Now, keep that balance and think of pulling up your toes inside your shoe. So I want you to think, push your toes into the sole of the shoe. Now pull your toes up to the top of the shoe. Push onto the sole, hold it 2, 3, pull those toes up. 1, 2, 3, push them down. 1, 2, 3. Your knees are very slightly bent. Now push them down, lift them up. Now we're going to go a little faster. Down and up. Now let's speed up. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Keep working on that balance as you do it. Down, up. Look how amazing you are that you're able to focus on balance and get the toes going. This is great for drop foot. It's great for neuropathy. We're getting integration, activation of the neurons and the tendons working and getting that strength into the feet. Good. And just step 2 and 2. Now what I want you to do is just point the upper toe to the ground. So we get a little stretch along the front of the shin, down the front of the foot. So if I did it from the side, you'll see I'm pointing this foot. I'm pointing this foot. I'm not don't turn with me. I'm just doing it so you can see that I'm really trying to get the tip of my toe on the top of the board. Tip. There you go. This is the advantage for people that have drop foot. is this one's much easier for you to do, but the reason I still want you to do it is because we've just been working on trying to tighten the front of the foot. And so again, anytime you do tightening, you also want to do release. Good, and bring your feet back down and just rock side to side. Okay, so we've taken care of foot strengthening, we've taken care of toe strengthening. Let's step off the board, get a quick drink of water. How are you guys doing today? It's a fantastic week. I'm so excited. I got some new things. I know I keep saying I got some new things with 60 Up that I'm so excited to launch, and they're not expensive. Don't worry, you've paid the most money you're going to be paying to get the board. I'm so excited about the new products coming out, which is for cardio, it's for weight loss, it's for health, it's for bouncing your step, and I couldn't be more excited. I'm just trying to get it finished and get them ready to release, and it takes way much longer than I want to. Okay, bring your feet to 2 and 2. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little bit of this is a quad strengthening. Now remember, so important for knees. When you do this motion, the first thing you do is the butt goes back. Remember, when you do knee bends, the butt goes back first so that you use your quad muscles, you use your glute muscles, and you're not, if you put your knees forward, you're gonna be using your knees, and that puts pressure and strain. If you do this, you're gonna strain the knees. If you go back here, I can't do it on the board with it sideways, well I can, but here, if I go back and go down, notice how my quads become engaged. If my knees go forward, my knees become engaged. We want to take the pressure off of the knees and strengthen the legs. Okay, put your feet on 1 and 1. We've got 3 sets of 8 in here. Find your balance in the middle. Now, butt goes back, 3 sets of 8, 1 and 1, 2 and 2, and 3 and 3. First set, are you ready? Butt goes back, bend, and stand up. 1, and again. 2, butt goes back, small knee bends, 3, and 4, and keep that balance, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, stopping at 8, I'm going to 10, good, put your feet to 2 and 2, and just rock it out. If you did 9 with me, you got 1 extra in, but I'm going through it. So I spoke to Rochelle yesterday. Rochelle is out on the East Coast as well, lovely lady. And she was, having problems with balance. She wants to be perfect before she moves on to the intermediate. I said, no, watch how much I wobble. When I'm doing these exercises, I'm not perfectly centered. I'm trying to be centered. But balance is not about being perfect. Balance is about when you begin to go off center, can you correct it? So the fact that you're wobbling, but constantly correcting is the brain working on balance. Once you found the middle and you can stop and be perfectly balanced, at that point, you're no longer working your balance. You're now controlling your center, which is really about a static motion. I want you to get great at actual movement. Okay, here we go. Find your balance on 2 and 2. We got 8 to go, not 9, 8. Are you ready? Butt goes back, small, and up, 1, and butt goes back, 2, and 3, and, I have to say my balance isn't great this morning, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, last one, butt goes back, and 8. Good. Just rock it side to side. Take your feet slightly to 3 and 3. Now with this one, I want you to turn your feet slightly out. So your heels are on number 2 and your feet are on number 3. We're going to engage the inside of the thighs. We're going to work the outer quad of the thigh more here. On the bend and on the straightening up, we'll work more the inside. We got 8 of these to go. Your butt will go back just a little bit. You find it hard in this position to have your knees go more ahead of your toes. Are you ready? Come and find your balance. And here we go. And 1. Keep that balance. 2. And 3. And 4. And I see you wrote something, Bob. 5 and 6. I'm already laughing. And 7, and last one, find that balance, 8. Now straight away, bring your feet to 1 and 1. I'm going to do an exercise where we strengthen one leg more than the other. So take your right foot, put it on 2, left foot on 3, rock side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll notice your left leg working more. 5, 6. Now find your balance, hold it for 10. 1, 2, 3. Stay in there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Bring your right foot to 2, left foot to 3. Last one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go to 6. Now hold the balance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Bring both feet back to 2 and 2. Just lift the knees slightly in here. And that's the end of our quad, leg strengthening section. Just to remember, if you want to work one leg more than the other, bring it closer. The most workout you can have on here is having one foot on number 1 and one foot on number 3. The foot on number 1 will work the most, and trying to hold that balance, you have that dynamic tension of muscle movement. Good. Push down with the left foot, step off with the right. Shake those legs, get a quick mouthful of water. I think last week I did an exercise. I don't think I had a drink of water the whole practice. That was the upper body on Saturday. Not good. Margie, good to see you. Gwen, great to see you. Both of you, great to see you. Not one good, one great. Bob, we have a serious question. I shouldn't have prejudged, should I? What's the best time of day to work out? I have a couple of different theories, having trained so many athletes, on what we're doing, but I'm going to talk about this while we're stepping up. Take your right foot to number 2, lift your knee, bring it back. This is warming up for going up and down stairs, just working as I'm talking. I prefer to work out earlier in the day, Bob. It helps me wake up. It also means it's out the way. I'm not saving my day, and then I might be drained later in the day and not be able to exercise quite so much, or have every excuse to avoid the workout because I'm tired. Okay, step on the 1-to-1, same thing. So we step on 1, lift the knee. Now, the beauty that I like about actually working out in the evening when I do is that I find I sleep a little bit better. I've drained myself, and I'm not talking about working out right before you work out, but I can tire myself out at the end of the day. But the greatest benefit is after the workout, I get to go to sleep, and that gives my muscles time to be able to recover or have that downtime for the effect of the workout to work out. So there's positives and negatives in both. The number one thing is always after you work out, drink. And if you want your muscles to get strongest, have food within 20 minutes, protein especially, but not too much protein. But your muscles within 20 minutes of working out are craving to be fed. Okay, let's just go on to 2 and 2 and just rock it out. We've been working those leg muscles, stepping up. So this is a specific exercise that's for about building the strength to go up and down stairs. Step back off of the board and watch this one time. Just watch it. I'm going to step, lift, bend, lift, step back. So what I'm doing is I'm working on the first step of the stairs, lifting my body, and then working on strengthening that muscle to get double work. With a step, you're going 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. What we're doing here is like we're going 1, do a second rep and step back again. So we have more muscle strength than we need to for one step. We're going to go right and left, right and left. Are you ready? So step on number 1, with your foot. Lift your leg. Now bend, lift, step back. Left foot, step, lift, bend, lift, step back. Step, bend, lift, step back. And you should go, sorry, I messed up on that one. When you bend, you should bend as if you're stepping. Now lift, now small bend, lift, step back. So bend, lift, small, lift, step back. bend, lift, small, lift, step back. Now we're going to do a total of, how many stairs? Let's go 12 stairs. 12 stairs is 6 either side. So you ready? We're going to walk 12 steps. Number 1, up, bend, up, back. That's 1 step. Step, lift, down, lift. That's 2 steps. Step, lift, strengthen. That's 3. We're stepping on step number 4. Extra strength, step back. Number 5, up, down, up. That's exercise number. Stepping onto step 6, up, down, up, back. Step number 7, we're over halfway. Good. Step number 8, 3/4 of the way up. And step back. This is step number 9. And step back. Step number 10. Almost on the landing. Actually, I don't want to use the word landing because that sounds like you are coming down. We're going up here, and that's 12. Good. Shake those legs out. Give me a couple of butt kicks because we will have been working those thighs. And again, we want to make sure that we're strengthening and loosening at the same time. Good job. Okay, shake those legs out. So that's our step up that we want to do. Now we want to work on the step down. So we've worked on, it's basically the same exercise except facing the side. I'm going to turn the board to the side, but you can just step to the side or turn your board if you'd like as well. Take the pole in your right hand, step close to the edge. Now, what we want to do is, again, I was talking to Robin yesterday. She says she has steep flight stairs and nervous going down. So notice, just watch for a second. As I do, my weight goes on my back leg, not my front leg. And it would go here as we step down. Okay, so you've got to have that one leg support. So join with me. We're going to alternate feet, and we're just going to step down and come back up again. Are you ready? We'll go slow to begin with. Right foot down. Keep your weight on your left foot, push back. Now, down, push back. Now, when you push back, I don't want you to push off of the foot on the floor. I want you to think, push with the muscles still on the step. So we're strengthening that step. Good. And down, step back. Down, push back. So we always keep our weight on the back leg until we feel solid on the front leg. Let's go 2 more. 1 on the right foot going down and 1 on the left foot going down. There you go. This is great for stepping off of a sidewalk as well. Now we're going to do a quick little strengthener so we increase the strength in the leg that's supporting our body weight as one goes forward, the back leg supports. So just watch 1 second. We're going to go here, lift, touch. Can you even see my foot? I don't think you can. Let me go back a little further. You should be able to see it now. So watch. I'm going to go down, lift, down, back. When we go down the second time, you're going to actually put weight on that foot. So 1 more time, watch. Down, lift, now step on that foot and come back. That will allow you now to get used to weight transference from back foot to front. Are you ready? We're just going to do 6. 3 right, 3 left. And down, lift, now step on that foot and then come back. Left foot going down. Down, lift, now step, come back. And we go again. Right, down, lift, step, push back. Left foot, down, keep the weight on the right leg, lift, down onto the left foot, push back. Last one each side. Keep your weight on your left leg, push on that left leg, step onto the front foot and push back. And last time, step, keep your weight on the right, straighten the right, step on the left, and now push back. Great exercise for you to do. Very, very simple. Last thing we're going to do here is you just go step, lift the back foot, step back carefully, feel the weight, and step back again. I'll show you 1 time on the left, then join me. You lift, you step off of the board, put your foot, make sure you're solid on the board, and then push back again. Are you ready? Here we go. We're going to go down 8 steps. And step, up. And step, up. That's 2 steps. 3, push back. 4, feel the strength in the front leg now. 5, back, last one, 6, and back. Very good. What I want you to do now is step, turn off of the board. I'm going to bring my board back to the front because we've got the next exercise for going down steps, and then we're on to the last exercise, which is the escalator. Step up on 1 and 1. Just up, get a quick drink of water. I suddenly felt my mouth going dry. Get that water. I see Bob said something because I saw someone laugh. Ellen, great to see you here. Julie, please do message me. It's great to see you back, and I'm sorry you're not able to join fully in, but congratulations on you being here, watching and doing the best you can. Pat, I see you here as well. Great to see you. Bob, my dog saw me lifting one leg next to the pole, so he did the same thing. I'll be right back. You have to go get a towel. Do you have to get a towel because of you, Bob, or because of the dog? That's my question. Bob, don't answer that one. Okay, so what we want to do, step on 1 and 1. We're just going to build that strength of leg going down off the board. So what I want you to do is push down with the right foot and take the left foot. You'll notice it's between, and try and tap the toe. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see it. I'm going to tap the toe on the ground. So I'm here and back. I'll push here and back. And all I'm trying to do, and if you can't touch the ground, don't worry. Notice how the back leg is supporting as it goes. Now, I'm actually going to change this exercise. Let me change this one. I want you to tap your heel on the front of the board. So if you notice, I'll turn it more to the side and I'll explain why I'm changing it. And here, notice how here I'm just tapping my heel against the front of the board. Got it? I'm going to turn this back to the front. We're going to do 20 of these. You ready? And right foot push, 1. Push, back of the heel, 2. And 3. And 4. Now the reason I'm changing this, 5. I noticed when I went to the side, 6, 7, that my knee was pushing too far forward in a repetitive motion. How many have we done so far? Now that I'm talking, I've forgotten. So I lost my count. But if we're doing a repetitive motion, then I don't want to put stress on the knee. Sometimes the muscle will help engage. We've got one big step to take. We can support that, but I don't want to have that knee bending so much. When I went with my toe, I noticed that the back knee was bending too much. So we're just going into here. And again, the reason I want to highlight this, keep going because I lost count, but I'm still talking and you're going to work while I'm talking. The reason I change is I don't want to say, get stuck in, well, that's what I created, so that's what I'm going to do. When you begin to feel something in your body, have the confidence and courage to change what's happening to make it better for you and make sure that you're not doing something that's hurting you or that could potentially wear out from high repetition. Come back, just rock side to side. I can really notice the side of my glute really working from that one. So important because your glute muscles are so important to balance and strength as far as the skeletal structure. So when you're walking downstairs or upstairs, if you've got weak glutes, it's going to affect your stabilization from your skeletal structure. Just rocking side to side. Okay, so that's the end of the up and down stairs workout. We're going on to the last one. I was trying to make this a shorter workout today. I'm trying to cut them down to about 35 minutes. I think I've already blown that today. Okay, I'm going to turn forward and back. Go to the side, put your right hand on the back pole, step, and just rock forward and back. Now, while we're doing this, what I want you to do is feel the pressure of your body in your legs. I'm not moving my body forward and back, I'm pushing my legs. Let's think about an escalator. When I got asked this question, it was great. I had to break down the physical movement that you begin to do. Now, let's talk about an escalator. You're standing there and you're not moving, and you suddenly got to go into a moving speed that's relative to the escalator speed. You're not controlling the speed the escalator is. And this also goes for moving walkways in a airport. And it's been so long since we've been to an airport, I can't remember the name of it. So it's really important. Good. Bring both feet back. Take your left foot forward, and let's just rock in here again, just to warm both legs up. So think about it, when you're walking towards an escalator or walking towards well, I'm going to say escalator for now, but that includes a moving walkway as well. You're trying to evaluate the speed that you're going, but normally it's going a little faster than you're walking towards it. So we got to start looking and judging, how can I adjust my foot speed and at the same time adjust my upper body speed? Because normally you hit and you feel like you're going forward, or you hit and you've been going too fast and suddenly you're thrown back. So today we're going to work on the adjustment of speed of feet. Okay, so now bring your feet back. What I want you to do is just nice and easy, take small steps and feel the board rock. Now take small steps and feel the board rock. Don't go off of the back of the board. You should feel your hip hit this pole, and that's enough space. So what we're doing right now is we're preparing the body to change its angle relative to the angle of the floor. Now you might say, well, when I'm on an escalator, everything's flat. But what we want to do is train at a slightly higher level that our foot pressure begins to adjust. Right now, as soon as I go forward, I can feel the pressure on my toes. When I go back, I feel the adjustment of the pressure going onto my heels. So, and again, when you step off of an escalator or when you step off of a moving walkway, the same thing happens. Your pressure points are going to change. So let's just go a little bit faster, forward and backwards. Feel the change, feel the pressure, but keep your body upright. The other part of this is I'm taking really small steps, because small steps will allow you to adjust quickly. One big step will end up being a bit of a jerky movement because you're trying to adjust to your foot hitting the ground. Okay, so come back now off of the back. I mean, stay on the board, but we're at the back of the board. Now let's think about it. We're going down an escalator, it's moving at a certain speed, and we're going to hit a floor that's stationary. So the best thing you can do to do that is take quick, small steps. So what we're going to do, we're going to practice. Step over here, step off, and quick little steps, and let go of the board. Then walk back round again. I'm going to move this back just a little further. I want you to see my feet. So imagine you step up on the escalator, you're standing there, you begin to come to the end, you're here. Now step off whichever foot you like, and quick little steps, and keep that body nice and firm. Now people go, well, am I going to look weird stepping off and taking quick steps? It doesn't matter what you look like, and I think you'll actually look cool. But again, in here, feel the foot touch and quick little steps, and we're back. I think it's much better to be safe than try and look cool. And quick little steps will allow you very quickly, small little steps going over and quick in here. Now, this is my tip for you, and I jumped ahead. About having quick little steps will allow you to control your speed and slow yourself down. So here we go again. We're going to go over. Now what I want you to do is stop here, because normally you're starting from a stopping position, right? So now, as you come to the edge of an escalator or a moving walkway, I'm going to look at the ground in front of you and see the speed you're approaching. Now, just really quickly, you'll see, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to lift my heels very slightly within 3 seconds of the end, so my feet are engaged, and then when I step off, it's quick little steps and then slow it down again. Watch again. We go up, we're standing, we're waiting, we're coming to the edge. Just move your heels very slightly. That means you start engaging. You're not lifting your knees up. It's just the heels very slightly. You're beginning to get to the speed you want to go to. And then when you step off, it's nice and quick. And then you can recover your speed again. Watch again, or actually do it with me. Small little steps over. You feel the pressure point change. I'm here. Move your heels a little quick. And then quick little steps. And then continue your walk. Let's go again. And all of us will have a favorite foot that we prefer to step forward on. Quick little steps, feel the balance, you're standing there, the escalator's going, you're coming to the end, quick little steps, and then quick little feet, and you're back again. There you go, good. Let's go one more time. Are you ready? We're stepping up, and again, I would say practice both feet, but you'll have a favorite foot. So we're up here, we feel the pressure point change, we're nice and relaxed. Hey, good morning. Can't wait to get on my flight to go back to England to go say hi to my family and my friends. Hey, good morning, we're on there. Oh, it's coming to the end. I've got my backpack on. I'm just going to come in close to the end, just move my feet almost subconsciously, almost like someone couldn't even see them, but my heels are moving. I'm coming to the end, and there's my step, quick little steps, and you'll feel the pressure point. So, that's the end really of the workout today, which will help have the confidence, but also the system, the process of preparing, because there's a fear going down there. But if you have a system and you have a plan, that's the word I'm looking for, a plan, you're much more confident because you're here. And as you step, quick little steps, and you get yourself back under control, and you haven't lost balance because you've judged the floor as it's coming towards you, or as the escalator is going down, you're judging the speed of it. You're there, so when you hit, your feet are already moving at the speed of the escalator, and you feel those pressure points to bring you back under control. Okay, we're going into the cool down. All I want you to do is step back slightly, legs slightly apart, and just bend forward. Feel that stretch down the back of the legs. There you go. I don't even know if it was a shorter class today because I get so into teaching and sharing information that I get carried away. Good, and come and stand back up again. Just lift your knees nice and high. Now we're going to do a new little exercise in here. I'm going to push the board to the left. Try and grab hold of your right knee and pull yourself. If you're wobbly, it's okay. The board will help support you. Pull that knee up. Push the board to the right. Lift the left knee and just pull that knee up again. There you go. Good. Push to the left. Lift the right knee. See if you can just reach that knee and just give it a little bit of I don't want to say a tug, because a tug is like high impact on the muscle, but just enough of a pull. That's the word, a pull. Let's go up. Let's push it again. Go to the side and pull that leg up. These are great exercises for you to do. And let me explain one of these things that I know changed Bob's life on the 60 up. Let's go one more time. If you were here, this is no different than trying to put your shoe on, your sock on, your pants on without having to sit down. We're here, we're stretching so we can bring that leg up. And now we could be in this position. Good. What I want you to do now is kick the legs back very softly. Just taking the heel back. What we're stretching here is the hip flexors at the front of the body, front of the hip, just to loosen up again. Loosening hip flexors up is so important to helping reduce lower back pain. So again, there's no pressure. We're not really lifting. We're just pushing that leg back and a very gentle push back. Good. What I want you to do now, take your feet apart. Now bend the left leg, come to the middle. Bend the right leg, come to the middle. Bend the left leg to the middle. And right leg to the middle. And again, left. And where you should be feeling the stretch is the inside thigh of the straight leg. And again, we're kind of loosening the hip up. There you go, good. Come back to the middle. Now go backwards again. We're going to go one more stretch down the back of the legs. Let your head hang just a little bit. Take deep breaths and blow out. Feels so good. And come and stand back up again. Now what I want you to do, we're going to go back to the stretches we started with. Grab hold of the board if you need to. Take your arm up. Just stretch over. So again, we stretch through here. Hang that leg and go the other side. Lift up. Hold onto the board if you need to. You can put that hand out or you can wrap your arm around. Feel that stretch. Let's do it again. Lift up on the side. You're reaching for the ceiling. Then you reach over as if you're trying to get the marmalade out of the cupboard. I know what Bob's going to say. If you're trying to get marmalade out of the cupboard, why wouldn't you just use this hand and get it? Why are you trying to use this hand? Absolutely right. Just trying to give you a visual. Good, and come back down. Now, stand feet together, roll the shoulders out. Roll them back. 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's roll it forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, just shake your arms out. I want to thank you all so much for being here with me today. I truly appreciate it. Great class because it was so simple, but we're really getting into the workings and the simplicity of the 60 up and dealing with real life situations. Give yourself applause or a round of applause. It's what I use with all the kids when I'm coaching them, and nobody ever laughs, so I doubt you did too. But thanks so much for being here today. One more I want to do is I went to walk, I suddenly felt, let's roll the ankle out. Just roll it again. Suppleness of the ankles is so important. I noticed as I went to walk round to say hi to you all, I noticed my ankles were a little tight. So again, feel your body, trust your instincts. There you go, and roll them out, just the other side. Awesome. And just roll them out. Oh, I'm going out to in. And just shake those legs out. Nice and easy. Move those ankles up and down as if you were tap dancing. I know Bob Eubanks was a huge tap dancer. There you go. Yeah, let me tell you about Bob as a tap dancer. So Bob used to be a tap dancer. It was incredible. I watched him a number of times. And the worst part of it was the plumber would always come over and say, Bob, get off of the tap. And he was always in there, and his wife, Deborah, would always be like, Bob, could you get out of the kitchen? I'm trying to cook things. And Bob goes, I'm tap dancing. She goes, get off of the tap. You're going to break it. And sometimes it'd be the hot water tap, and sometimes it'd be the cold water tap. And sometimes he'd put feet on both. But man, could he tap dance. That was incredible. Going back. Oh, that's the time everybody clicks off and says, we're leaving. Okay, so this is a great question. We're going back, everyone. So Pat came in. Bob, you, yeah, you were the one that had to go get the towel. All right, moving on. Denise, using the ball in the chair works great. How long should I do it for at a time? I wouldn't do it too long. The reason is sometimes you get that pressure. I would say do it for maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds at the most, and then change sides. But you can do it 2 or 3 or 4 times. Just don't overdo it to begin with. Because again, you'll have a pressure in there that your body's not used to. And we don't want to create a soreness. We want to create the loosening up. So I would say just that much. Bob, what is the length of time for the best workout and how many times a week? Well, that all depends on what you're after, but I would say a minimum of 3 times a week. That gives you a day off in between each one to recover. I love 5 days a week. That gives you could go 2 days, 1 day off, 2 days, and then a 1 day off, and then you go back to a day, and then a day off, and then 2 more, because I love back-to-back workouts, but it is so important to rest as well. I would say the best length of time for a workout depends on how you feel. I would aim for 30 minutes, but you could break that into 2 15-minute sessions, 3 10-minute sessions, and break it through the day if you'd like. You could do a 20-minute in the morning and a 20-minute in the evening. Well, that's 40 minutes. But because you've broken them up, it's not going to drain as much. And the great thing about doing little workouts during the day is it continues to keep your heart rate working, which means the blood's pumping, which means the oxygen is going around your body. And at the same time, by doing the short workouts through, you don't get as tired in one go as well. It's so important to keep the body moving, especially with the isolation, having to stay at home. You know, you might go, hey, I'm going to do 6 10-minute workouts through the day at 7 o'clock, another one at 9 o'clock, another one at 11 o'clock, and just do short ones. But the number one thing is feel. If you feel tired, take a break. If you're tired later on, take the day off the next day. If you wake up and you feel great the day after, do another one, but listen to your body. But I would say for me, where I am with my goals that I have, because I want to get back and get really healthy again, I go about an hour a day. But if I was going to be training my mother, I'd say maybe 20 to 30 minutes a day. And then in the evening, get on the board and just rock watching TV or reading or on the computer. Instead of sitting there, if you're reading something, just get on and rock. And that will give you up to maybe 40 minutes a day. Thanks so much. So Linda, oh my word, the escalator practice is so helpful. I seem to have always tripped. Small steps is a must. That's great. I'm glad it helped. Like I say, ask me questions, because I'd never thought about the escalator situation before. And whoever it was that said it, please remind me. Go on and on here, put it was me, because it was such a great question. And it made me think and come up with a solution. And what I do, as I said before, I think about the end result. What are we looking for? And I work backwards and then make sure the body is prepared to go and able to do it. So thanks so much. Ildi, once you were late for a flight at the airport and you were running on a moving walkway, so at the end, because you didn't slow down, you launched up and forward. It was crazy, out of control feeling, but you landed on your feet. The exercises they were most useful. That's great. I'd love to have seen it. And I'm glad you stayed up. There's always those moments where we look at people, right? We're walking down the thing, we pretend we not noticed, and then someone falls, and it's like looking at the accident, looking at the crash, and you look across, but you don't want them to see that you've seen, but inside you're kind of laughing. But congratulations on staying up. And how many times have we all been late for flights and had to be running? I know, Bob, you remember back in January when we went out and we were on the shopping channel out in Canada. And then we had to fly from Toronto into Pennsylvania because we were going to do a TV show the next morning and then go straight to QVC as well. It was a crazy time. And at that time, if you remember, Bob, you were really not feeling well. And you were a trooper, unbelievable how you hung in there. But I remember getting to the airport and having to take the international flight from Canada back into America, and they had shut all the gates. And I'm running ahead, trying to get them, and they were so nice and let us in. We were the last people to go out on an international flight that night, and Bob having to run through there as fast as you could. Remember how sick you were as well, Bob, but I remember having to run through those airports. It was tough, and carrying the bags and carrying the boards for the TV the next day. Everyone thinks it's glamour. It was glamorous, let's pretend. Thanks so much, Bob. Glad you had a good session today. Duresha, thanks so much. Really appreciate you being here. Jen, glad you learned a lot, because education, knowledge is the ultimate power to then stepping forward. Betsy, thanks so much. Thank you. Bob, you were better than a ballet dancer. You're tap dancing. No. Linda, you groaned? You groaned at my Bob Eubanks tap dancer? He kept falling in the sink. He was an incredible tap dancer, but kept falling in the sink. It was great. Bob, I'll take the ballet, mate. But I was a tap dancer. I performed on stage tap dancing with an incredible tap guru who was world renowned called Bill Drysdale. I remember doing a show, tap dance show. It was actually a cavalcade for Coward, a cavalcade of Coward. It was Noel Coward's show. And he created that at the London Palladium. And I performed on stage there doing a tap number. One of the only few guys that was in the number as well. I love tap dancing, but ballet was the greatest challenge. Ildi, you have a question. You have your board on a yoga mat on a flat carpeting in your basement. I am easily able to balance, and I'm wondering if it's my improvement or simply that my board doesn't wobble as much. Is it better to have it on a floor? Have it on the floor? Yes, absolutely. Look, that's a great question. The deeper the pile, the deeper the carpet, the less the board's going to rock. That's why, if you notice on my board here, I have a very thin 60 up mat, really thin. And so the board just wobbles on its own easy. The more firm the surface, the harder it is to balance, the more the board will wobble. So there was a lady that I went and visited, and she was like, I went up to her house because she was having some issues with her shoulders, and I was going to go up, and I actually adapted the board from the old board to the new board as well. That means that the generation 1 that used to have the metal pins and the attachment at the bottom, and you have to go in and shove the pins in. After I changed that, she still had that, so I went up and I adapted her board. I drilled some extra holes and gave her the new thing. She goes, oh, I'm much better at balance than you are. And when we got on there, her carpet was so thick that it didn't hardly even wobble. I'm like, no wonder you're better. So I took her into the kitchen, had a 60 up mat with me, put it on there. She goes, oh my gosh, I can't balance. But the deep carpet is great to get started and feel the confidence, but begin to slowly change the depth of the carpet or the surface, and you'll find a much greater challenge, which will end up giving you much better effect in everyday life. Just realized I was slouching, and I'm like, yeah, I got to straighten that back up and tighten that core up. Bob, oh, God. Do I have to read that one out, Bob? Do I really have to read that one out? Oh, gosh. Bob, hey, Daniel Nips showing that shirt. I can't believe I'm reading this out, but it's entertainment, right? I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, Bob, my my nip show this because I'm so excited to have you here, Bob. It's so special to have you here. I get so excited that, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to move on from that one. I might go in red a little bit right now, but thanks for letting us know, Bob. Thanks for letting everybody know. Anyway, with that, time's gone on. So appreciate. Ask questions. Ildi, I'm blushing. No, I'm not. I'm not blushing. It's the red on the thing that's reflecting in there. That's just such a crazy thing for Bob to write. Anyway, wait till I get you back on camera, Bob. We'll go back on TV. I am going to so bring something up there. It's going to be paybacks. Paybacks. Was it they say revenge is always greater? Or is it? I can't remember what the saying is. Anyway, have a beautiful rest of the day. Thanks so much. Don't forget Kathy's amazing class tomorrow. Kathy's amazing class tomorrow, typical ballet dancer comment. Bob, I'm going to make you into a ballet dancer. You are going to grow far beyond anything you've ever done before. We're going to start doing ballet classes on here, and I'm going to bring you on camera, Bob, and have you doing ballet. I know it'd be the greatest accomplishment of your life. So don't forget Kathy's class tomorrow. She's fantastic and so educational as well. And then I'll be back on Thursday with a strengthening. Now, let me know what you'd like to see on Thursday. More of a harder core workout. I think what I'm going to do is break it up week by week into lower body, upper body, lower body, upper body, so we can get into some strengthening and not go so long, but really focus on there. So have a great rest of the day. Kathy tomorrow, me Thursday, and don't forget the amazing Debbie is on Friday at 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. Come back, get your workouts in, and let's get you running this world again. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.